Jambo na karibu. Karibu tena katika ufalme wa Kiswahili. Kama jamii tunasaidiana kukikuza na kukiimarisha Kiswahili chetu kwa sababu tunaamini experts wa once beginners. Na wewe pia uko njiani kuwa mmoja wetu na kuongea Kiswahili kama mwenyeji. Kwa hiyo nakusihi, subscribe hapo chini, jiunge uwe mmoja wetu na uendelee kujifunza Kiswahili, uongee kama mwenyeji. Subscribe hapo chini ili ujiunge uwe mmoja wetu. Asante sana kwa kusikiliza. Hi everyone, my name is Connie and today we are going to learn something about Swahili interjections and Swahili repetitive verbs or Swahili reduplicated verbs, okay? Or as they are called in Swahili, vitenzi virudufu. Vitenzi virudufu. They can be verbs or they can be adjectives, but they are repeating themselves. So let's find out what is wrong with those verbs or those words. Let's start with the interjections. Swahili interjections. First of all, what is an interjection? An interjection is a phrase, let me say a phrase, or it can be a word that when used it shows emotions. Okay? For example, when you say wow, that is an interjection in English. And in Swahili we say something like lo. That is an interjection. So let's start. The first interjection is lo. That shows surprise. It can also show grief in a part, but most of the times it shows surprise. So let me give you a small story about lo. When you want to use lo in Swahili, let's say you are a student and Friday was a holiday, so you didn't go to school. And then Saturday you don't go to school as well. And your mind tells you that Sunday is Monday and you want to go to school. So you wake up very early, you prepare yourself, and you put on uniforms, and the time when you want to get out, your mom tells you, John, where are you going? Today is Sunday, we are supposed to go to church. And you're like, lo, kumbe ni Jumapili. It's Sunday, kumbe ni Jumapili. Okay, so you didn't know, you are surprised. Another one is showing grief. Okay, so this one is used when you want to show grief. For example, if you have a sore, kidonda, if you have a sore somewhere, and then I remember before, when you have a sore, it had to be washed, and then you put on medicine and something like that. So when the sore is being washed, it's painful, and you're like okay, so it's painful. So you can make that sound, showing grief. Another one you have ole. Ole also shows grief, but grief in a vengeful way, and sometimes is used as ole wako. Okay, let me give you an example. Someone can come and tell you, ole wako, ulilipa pesa mapema. So this one, a story behind it can be someone has come to you, like you have borrowed money from someone. Let's say you have borrowed money from someone, and then you had promised them you are going to pay within 5 days. But after 5 days, you still don't have the money to pay. So it goes on and on and on, and a month is over, 2 months, and so that person loses trust in you. And then when you pay, you finally pay, maybe after 3 months, the person comes and tells you, ole wako, ulilipa deni. Kama hungelipa, ningekupeleka polisi. Good for you, you paid the debt. If you could have not paid, I would have taken you to the police. Ole wako. Okay? Ole wako. Another one is, this one is usually used when sometimes you don't, like, you forget what you are saying, like, something like that, okay? When you forgot what you are saying and you want to add things on it, but it's not that good in conversations, okay? But it is used anyway. Another one is haya. Haya is used as an agreement, okay? It can replace sawa. When someone asks you, utakula chakula? Ndio. Basi twende msikitini. And then you say haya or haya basi. So haya is used the first time. You say haya meaning you agree. When you say the second time, you need to say haya basi. Okay, this means that someone has tried to convince you. Okay, now you are saying haya basi. Okay, it still means okay, but adding basi means you didn't want before and you've been convinced or you've been sold. Someone wrote me something like that. Someone wrote me, I saw your video, you speaking about how to learn Swahili, and I got sold to Swahili Kingdom. And I was like, okay, so I'm selling to people. Okay, so you got sold and you agreed. You say, haya basi, someone convinced you. And another one is Allah, showing annoyance or impatience. So for example, someone tells you something about someone that you have never heard before. I'll give you another story. Let's say you have a friend called Juma, and this Juma is a thief, but you don't know. You are really good friends, you don't know anything about that, but someone else comes and tells you, by the way, do you know Juma is a thief? Unajua Juma ni mwizi? And then you say, ai, hapana, Juma hawezi kuwa mwizi, ni rafiki yangu. No, Juma cannot be a thief, he is my friend. And then the person tells you, Juma is a thief, and then they want, maybe you ask for proof and they want to prove it to you. They don't have a video, they don't have anything, they just have words. So it's their word against yours. You are saying Juma is not a thief, they are saying Juma is a thief. And then finally the person says, okay, I'm going to show you today evening where Juma usually steals. And in the evening, that person texts you and you go and see Juma stealing, and you'll be like, Allah, kumbe Juma ni mwizi. Allah, okay? Allah, so you are shocked, you are annoyed, like Allah, you can use it in annoyance or in impatience. Allah, kwani bado hajafika. Okay, so he's not there yet, okay, for impatience, because you are annoyed. You are annoyed. Another one is inshallah. Inshallah. Okay, this one came from the Arabic. Okay, inshallah. It is used to mean God willing. For example, when you tell someone tuonane badai, let's see each other later, they say inshallah, or inshallah, God willing. So now those are the interjections in Swahili, vihusishi. Those are the most common that you can find around. Let's go to now reduplication of verbs, vitenzi virudufu ama urudufu wa vitenzi katika Kiswahili. So what is reduplication? Reduplication is a process of creating a new word by doubling a word. Creating a new word by doubling a word or a part of the word, most especially by doubling the word itself. Reduplication in Swahili is used to form new words or to exaggerate words. Okay? To exaggerate words. Please note, not all words can be reduplicated and still signify anything meaningful. So there are specific words that can be reduplicated. For example, the word shamba. Shamba is a farm. You cannot say shamba, like you can't reduplicate that. Okay, you can't. But most words can be reduplicated in Swahili. So let's see them. We have the adjective sana. Sana means more, means very. When you say sana, it means extremely. Sana. Then we have another one, which is pale. Pale means there. But when you say pale, you are insisting there, exactly there. Okay, you are insisting on that word. And then you have sawa. Sawa means alike. For example, I can say, or sawa means I like, or it can mean okay. For example, I can say, jambo hili ni sawa. This thing is okay. But when you say sawa sawa, it also means okay. So it is reduplicated, but it still means the same thing. Another word I can say, for example, piga, which is to hit. When you say piga piga, it means to hit repeatedly. Most of these reduplicated verbs have nouns of repeatedly, doing an action repeatedly. Kula, kula kula. Kula, to eat. Kula kula, to eat repeatedly, or to eat from here, there, then. Okay? Eat, eat, eat. Haraka, fast. Haraka, haraka, very fast. Pole, slowly. Pole means slow, or sometimes it means sorry. But pole means slowly. Pole means slow, though it's not used most of the time as slow. Most of the time is used as sorry. Pole is what is used as slowly. Okay? Then you have cheza, to play. Cheza, to play repeatedly, or to joke around. Okay? We have enda, to go. Enda, to go and come back, to go repeatedly. Then you have saidia, to help. Saidia, to help in little ways, here and there, or repeatedly. Saidia. Okay? Then we have gusa, to touch. Gusa, to touch and touch. Okay? To touch repeatedly. Toa, to subtract or to remove. Kutoa, to remove things repeatedly. And then we have tisha, to scare. Tisha, to scare repeatedly. To scare repeatedly, or a mere scare, something that is not that scary, but it scares anyway. Another one is nunua, buy. Nunua, buy repeatedly. I can buy a pen here, buy a book there, buy a torch. I don't know, you just buy. Unanunua vitu. Okay? And then you have taka, to want. For example, ninataka kusoma Kiswahili. I want to learn Swahili. I want to read Swahili. But when I say taka, it is now a noun, which means dirt, dirty. Okay, taka. But again, you can also use kutakataka as a verb. You can say mtoto anatakataka chakula, or anapenda kula. That one means the child likes repeatedly, wants repeatedly. Okay, but as a noun it means dirt. And then we have kuagiza. Agiza is to order. And then agiza, ordering people around, and shamefully giving orders to people. Okay, that is kuagiza. Unaniagiza kama nani? Like, who are you ordering me around like that? Agiza. Okay? I'm going to talk to you about the uses of reduplication now in nouns. Okay? The first one is to intensify. Intensify the meaning. For example, pale becomes pale, which intensifies pale, though the meaning doesn't change. Another one is to modify. For example, maji is water, but when you say maji, it means watery. For example, I can say, huu uji ni maji. This porridge is watery. It's not porridge, it's like water. Okay, in form of porridge. Something like that. Another one is to show a continuous action. For example, kuruka is to jump. But when I say kurukaruka, it means you are in the action of jumping. You are still continuing to jump. Another one is to give a distributive force. For example, mbili means two. But when I say mbili, I can say gawia hawa watoto. I can say patia hawa watoto kalamu mbili. Patia watoto kalamu mbili. Give these kids 2 pence each. So it is distributing. Okay, you don't have to say patia kila mmoja wa hawa watoto kalamu mbili. Okay, you just say patia watoto kalamu mbili. And that's it. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed, and if you really have enjoyed, by the way, thank you so much for supporting me in this Swahili kingdom. I'm very thankful to people who have joined the community and they are supporting me with $1 every month. I'm very grateful. Asanteni sana, na Mola awashushie baraka. I'm also grateful for people who are buying me a coffee, people who are buying t-shirts. You can buy a t-shirt, you can buy a sticker, you can buy, like, there are things you can buy here at Swahili Kingdom. Asanteni sana. Like, you don't know how thankful I am. I am very thankful for your support. And if you like to do Swahili lessons, I am here. I can help you with Swahili. I can hold your hand, naweza kushika mkono nikutembeze ujifunze Kiswahili. Uanze kutembea ujue kuongea Kiswahili. I can teach you Swahili. If you are interested, comment down below, or you can email me at learnswahili@connie@gmail.com, or you can send me a message at my WhatsApp number 0704150514. Okay, and I will be grateful so much. And by the way, we are having a Swahili workshop, the first ever workshop in Swahili, where we are going to have a lot of activities during one day. We are going to have language learning hacks. We are going to listen to Swahili music. We are going to do a lot, and all of that will be inside a university. So if you like to join that too, but you can only join that if you are in Nairobi, because it will be a physical event and it will be held here in Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you so much. Please remember to subscribe, share, like, and leave a comment as usual. Asante sana, kuwa na siku njema. Kwaheri.